Welcome to a better driving experience. The 3 following videos are designed to assist you in best utilizing the DT12 automated manual transmission in specific situations in the Freightliner Cascadia that you will soon be operating for Crete Carrier Corporation. The first video focuses on downhill overspeed protection.
In this video, we will learn about driving the DT12 automated manual transmission in situations like steep downgrades that could result in overspeeding the engine. Unlike manual or other automated transmissions, the DT12 is likely to downshift when requesting engine brakes in order to maximize braking performance when driven in automatic mode. Depending on the model year of your vehicle, the transmission can downshift to a maximum engine RPM of between 2100 and 2300 RPM. A downshift can also occur automatically while in cruise control and descending a grade, as the governor attempts to maintain speed. Apply service brakes or upshift to limit or prevent time above 2300 RPMs. Never allow the vehicle to exceed 2500 RPMs, or damage can occur. It is important to note that service brakes are the primary means to slow a vehicle. Engine brakes are secondary. The Detroit heavy-duty engine brakes are designed to retard the vehicle's velocity if the vehicle is driven at a speed appropriate for the grade and load. Unlike a manual transmission, the DT12 should be managed to a specific speed while in automatic mode. Best practice is 5 miles per hour less than the climb speed on the same grade or posted recommended speed, whichever is less. It is the responsibility of the operator to control momentum by applying service brakes. Unlike other automated transmissions, the DT12 will not automatically upshift to protect the powertrain. An upshift would only increase the rate of acceleration. If frequent use of the service brakes is required to maintain desired vehicle speed, the driver should snub brake to a lower vehicle speed until a downshift occurs. The lower gear will provide better control with the engine brakes. Repeat this process until service brake application is minimized or no longer required. It is recommended to slow the vehicle to a speed that can be controlled primarily by the powertrain. Start the descent at a speed suitable for the grade. As a reference point, a fully loaded 80,000-pound vehicle equipped with a DD15 and DT12 transmission can control vehicle speed automatically up to 35 miles per hour on an 8% grade. Service brake may still be occasionally required. At greater velocity, service brakes will be required to control speed. Never allow the vehicle to carry the engine above 2500 RPM. Apply service brakes to prevent this warning. The interactive dash will display a yellow pop-up, Reduce Engine Speed, pre-warning message, coupled with audible pulse tones at 2300 RPM, and a red pop-up, Reduce Engine Speed, warning message, coupled with a continuous audible tone at 2500 RPM. Virtual Technician will send an email for these warnings. You should become familiar and comfortable with at least one recommended technique for operating a vehicle on a grade with a DT12. Cruise control, descent control, manual jake in automatic mode, and the more traditional method using manual control of gears and engine brake. It is important to remember that the driver is ultimately responsible for the safety of the tractor-trailer, and that proper starting speed when descending a grade is as important as any other factor.
The second video centers around descent control,
which will help you control your vehicle and engine speed when descending a grade. First, you must determine a speed that is appropriate for the load and grade you're encountering. To activate descent control, you have to first manually set the engine brakes with the shifter stalk and then set cruise at your desired descent speed while the brakes are actively working. The level of engine braking will vary based on your road speed. If your road speed exceeds a manageable level for descent control, you might have to use the service brake or other manual interventions to control your speed. If the service brake is used during cruise descent, the cruise speed will need to be reset using the same procedure. When you have completed your descent, Return the engine brake stalk to the off auto position, and your descent set speed will become your new cruise speed. Please remember, descent control does not use the CC band switch and does not fuel the engine on the descent.
The third and final video focuses on using the revolutionary DT12 transmission in inclement weather.
Welcome to the Canadian Rocky Mountains of Alberta. In this video, we'll learn several tips for driving the DT12 automated manual transmission in winter conditions. We will also overview how the DT12 operates in various terrains in winter weather and how to get the safest driving experience. The DT12 is designed to automatically shift based on your throttle input, giving you flexibility for fuel economy and performance. The shift stalk will also respond differently based on your inputs. This is important to consider when driving in slippery conditions. And as always, light, gentle input is safer than hard inputs. The launching process should be very similar to operating a manual transmission. Apply minimal throttle to launch and maintain speed, which prevents wheel spin. The Auto Select Start gear may need to be upshifted by pulling on the shift lever before liftoff to minimize wheel spin or power delivered to the axles at part throttle. Using creep mode is a great option in this type of scenario. It will get the vehicle moving with limited torque. The interaxle differential lock should be engaged when encountering snow-covered terrain before wheel spin is experienced, especially before pulling grades. Differential locks should be disengaged when descending a grade. Rocking the vehicle is acceptable to get out of a stuck situation. Pay close attention to any clutch overheating or abuse. Automatic traction control, ATC, can be turned off in this scenario. Certain tactics should be used based on terrain and wintry conditions. Let's look at some safe ways to traverse grades in snow or ice. In flat terrain, creep mode is the best way to get moving, and speed can be controlled with the shift stalk. Once moving, light throttle will engage regular drive mode. Automated mode will select the appropriate gear. A partial throttle approach will minimize skip shifting with the DT12. Automatic traction control will apply brakes to slipping wheels, and engine torque will be reduced. When ABS or ATC is active, automated downshifts will not occur. When climbing a grade, apply only enough throttle to maintain a safe speed. If your speed remains consistent, automated shifting will be limited. If ABS or ATC activates, automated downshifts will not occur. And finally, when descending a grade, using engine brakes is not recommended. DT12 engine brakes can force a downshift depending on the shift stalk position when in automated mode. If engine braking is required in non-optimal road conditions, Position 1 should be utilized along with the service brake. Position 2 could request a downshift based upon speed and application of the service brake. Never use Position 3, as it will downshift the transmission. Apply light service brake to prevent gaining momentum or entering E-coast. If ABS or ATC activates, automated downshifts will not occur. After an ABS event, there is a time delay before automatic shifts occur. By adhering to the driving tips on the DT12 automated manual transmission, you can have confidence when driving in various terrains and wintry conditions. you'll get the safest driving experience while maintaining the flexibility for fuel economy and performance.
For additional training or information about your Freightliner truck, please visit freightliner.com/driver training.